The Prophet, PBUH, was greatly moved by the atrocities which were being perpetrated upon Ammar and his family. He always comforted them and raised his hand in prayer and said, "Be patient. You will verily find your abode in the paradise." Yasir, the father, died because of repeated tortures. Sumayya, Ammar's mother, was bayoneted to death by Abu Jahl himself, and thus merited the title of the first woman martyr in Islam. Ammar himself was subjected to various modes of torture, and was always threatened to sustain severe suffering unless he abused Muhammad, PBUH, and recanted to Allat and Uzza. In a weak moment, he uttered a word construed as recantation, though his heart never wavered, and he came back once to the Prophet, PBUH, who consoled him for his pain and confirmed his faith. Immediately afterwards, the following verse was revealed: "Whoever disbelieved in Allah after his belief, except him who is forced there to and whose heart is at rest with faith." Al-Quran 16-106. Abu Fakih, Afla, a freed slave of Bani Abd Adar, was the third of those helpless victims. The oppressors used to fasten his feet with a rope and drag him in the streets of Makkah. Ayaz at-Tanzil p.53. Khabab bin al-Arat was also an easy victim to similar outrages on every possible occasion. He experienced exemplary torture and maltreatment. The Meccan polytheists used to pull his hair and twist his neck, and made him lie on burning coal with a big rock on his chest to prevent him from escaping. Some Muslims of rank and position were wrapped in the raw skins of camels and thrown away, and others were put in armors and cast on burning sand in the scorching sun of Arabia. Taqafu'um al-Attar p.60. Rahmat ul-Lilalamin 157. Even the women converts were not spared, and the list is too long to include all of them. Zainira, and Nadia and her daughter, Al-Mubaiz, and many others had their full share of persecution at the hand of the oppressors, Umar bin al-Khattab included, of course, before his conversion to Islam. Ibn Hisham 1-319. Abu Bakr, a wealthy believer, purchased and freed some of those she slaves, just as he did with regard to Bilal and Amir bin Fuira. The house of Al-Arqam, in the light of these inhuman persecutions, the Prophet, PBUH, deemed it wise to advise his followers to conceal their conversion in both word and deed. He took that decision to meet them secretly lest Quraysh should get to know of his designs, and so take measures that might foil his goals. He also had in mind to avoid any sort of open confrontation with the polytheists, because such a thing at this early stage would not be in the interest of the newly born, still vulnerable and not fully fledged.